Yay!
Hiya!
Hey.
Okay.
And
Isbam.
okay, thank you, Corin, for coming back here. Let's have a seat.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, and this is fun. Well, welcome again to Rising with Charlene. My name is Charlene, and my guest here, Corin, and he's back on the second time to share with us his learning after the reality check, the challenge, and also movement in his life. Right, welcome to Rising with Charlene. Remember to subscribe and like this channel, and also so that you can get the notifications when our next episode is rolling out. Right, so let's come back to here. Welcome back, Corin.
Thank you for having me again.
How have you been?
Busy, to be honest, very busy. You know, like last time when we chatted, we were saying that to manifest the people to come and look for me. So apparently the manifestation worked.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like along the way, there have been quite a few people that give me a connection to talk to them about it.
What changed in you that attract people to speak to you about joining your team?
I think in a way is that something in which I learned as well is that manifestation is, of course, other than just asking for the universe for work for stuff, you also need to put in action. So actively, I have been like talking to my friends, telling them like I'm looking for people to run with me in this part of the journey, and so ask them to keep a lookout for me.
Wow.
So that is where actually it changes, because like they will like be my listening ear or my spying eyes.
So I think the key part that you just mentioned, that we all had to take action, and what you did was just sending messages and then, hey, I'm looking for this, hey, I need this and I need that, and then people start to come and people start to recommend or introduce to you, and it's like casting a wider network through you, making that one dot action first, right?
Correct.
That's what
it's like
effect.
more of the first step towards the first journey.
Yeah, exactly. People say that they want ripple effect, but you got to drop a droplet of water first, right?
Correct.
Right. So I'm happy that you actually do that action to send out messages and then to actually, communicate outwardly, say that, hey, I need people to join my team, basically. Right. Wow. That's one learning lesson there. Right. So how do you feel after going through that entire action-packed weeks?
I mean, to be honest, it's tiring lah. But of course, it's also a fun sort of tiring, because like back when I was in my previous firm, while we have that pipeline or planning towards a branch manager for my end as well. But this is more of like I am being held at gunpoint to go and do things on a more immediate basis. So you will feel the adrenaline rush as compared to where I'm like, okay, so we are going to plan it for years, but this one is like, okay, you must do it no matter what is going on.
I remember last episode when I asked you, right, do you really want this? It is also something that you aspire to be.
Correct.
Right? Not exactly like someone pointing a gun in your head and then ask you to do that.
Oh, okay, I don't
It's
know.
also something that you want, right? Let's say you have a moment to really own that action, right? Nobody put a gun point for you to message people, says that you want a team.
Correct.
But it's more like
I think previously when I was doing the texting in my previous employment was more of like, by the way, if you know, there's this intro.
Okay.
Right now it's more like, if you know, do you know, not even on the if you know.
Yes.
Do you know of people who wish to join the financial industry?
There's no ambiguity there in the current one. So it's more like, hey, I need this. Do you know of anything or anyone who can help me with? Right? It's very direct, and there's no like, by the way, if you want...
Don't beat around the bushes when you go into the bushes and start to swim.
You tie it and open up and see what's there. It's not like, by the way, if you want more, and then if you are free, whatever, just go around it. I'm like, the person is in front of you, and it's always good to like be direct, but also speak it with compassion, with love, with kindness. People can sense that, right? So they can sense the kind of assertiveness that hey, this person is not beating around the bush. Wow. That's second point of learning there. Wow. There's so many things I want to see out.
You kind of like grow as you like go into this particular track path. Like I think I did tell you that in the previous time, it's like my curve, now my learning curve is like that. It's no longer like that and going up slowly. No more. Just rocket already. I think I need Elon Musk to bring me to the Mars.
Wow. Okay, I think the $1 million question here is, did you get someone to committed to join your team?
Unfortunately, no. Not at this time round.
Okay, so what happened?
Okay, so towards the 2 weeks, I managed to actually to go and have a discussion with a friend and somebody potentially who wants to look into other alternatives. We sit down and talk, and we already laid out all the cards so as to speak. But eventually, the candidate was still a bit more not as ready. I will put it this way. Maybe I feel it that not as ready. I think there is still concerns on his side. Okay. So that's why there wasn't a definitive answer yet.
I see. So, but you did make an appointment.
Yeah.
Right? So there was a time still, right? Which compared to previously, and when I asked you how long has this thing been hanging around, it has been hanging around for a few months, but after the last week, but you make an appointment, right? You make an attempt. Right, but the outcome, it's the outcome. But the point is you make an attempt, right?
Correct.
How do you feel of making that attempt?
I think it's a huge sense of achievement. That being said, because to be honest, it's 2 weeks isn't very short, neither is very long. So to make an appointment on top of all the schedule that maybe both
everybody
the parties
busy,
have, yes, it's a sense of achievement.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So it's more on the 11th hour some more. Do it on a Sunday.
Right, it just happened 2 days ago. And you know, of course, people's time schedule and all those things needs to be factored in. But what I like just now when you mentioned that it is a sense of achievement, right? Whether the outcome is not the desirable outcome for this time round, but there is still a win to celebrate, isn't it?
Of course.
Are you feeling that win here right now?
I'm now feeling a bit more have that capability to go and get into more appointments.
Capability to get more appointments.
Yes.
And I sense the confidence level also is a different level here right now as compared to 2 weeks when you were here.
Yep.
Right? And at that time was still, I remember, I try.
Yes.
I think I can. What else did you say? Yeah. Maybe you can roll back to the previous episode and see what did he say that time. And I think there's a sense of certainty that's happening here.
Definitely. There will be a bit more certainty in terms of wanting to get into having people to join me in terms of this leg of the journey. Yeah.
How do you feel that you're going to lead a team from now on?
As always, it's a bit of a uncertainty, like what you have said. I will go back to the uncertainty portion of things because this is not, not saying this is not something, okay. So rather say, let me reframe myself. It's more of when you are handling humans, we have to look into different perspectives and got to be multifaceted.
Yes. Yes. Because ultimately, different human beings, we talk differently, we react differently, and we connect differently. And Corin is, she knows how to speak to different people a little bit differently, right? And that actually is also, I foresee you as a leader who can lead your team successfully because you have the vision of connecting to people at their level and also help them to actually achieve collective success together, right? And having said that, what is that one thing of the entire last 2 weeks that you have learned in order for you to use that and move towards building that success team?
I think that is a learning point in which it's more of no matter how prepared I can be during that situation or no matter which situation I am at, if I am talking to people, I can never be helping them to be prepared. Yeah. So this is one of the learning points in which very deep learning point in which I've learned.
Wow.
Because on that day itself we were dishing up I mean, like,
It's
I
like,
was
I'm
like,
prepared.
yeah, I'm prepared.
I
This
have
is
all
something in
the
which I
things
can
for
offer
you.
you. I can offer you the sky, the stars, the moon, then the diamond on the floor. But then the person was like,
And you know, I can give you the star, the sky, the diamond on the floor, but you got to climb to get the star.
Yes.
You got to dig the floor to get the
Correct.
diamond with me here.
So then
right?
after that, ultimately, when the continuation, the comes in, right?
So there's uncertainty
Yeah, there is
happening.
uncertainty coming in, and internally in my mental mind, I was like banging the table. You want you take, you don't want you go away. Stop wasting my time. But okay, never say it.
Okay, there's a dark side of Corin. so I think I think the one thing that I've learned from this conversation here at this point is, no matter how much the opportunity is being laid out in front of you, right? And if you don't take the opportunity, someone is just going to pass by your table and just take it away.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a timestamp for that particular opportunity. It could be someone take it away. It could be not relevant for you anymore, or it could be not relevant for you anymore, right?
True.
The person who gave the opportunity.
True.
So when you are being presented an opportunity, think about that, whether you want or not. Because in life, right, I also face a lot of challenges in terms of like to take that opportunity or not. There's always so many great things around. How to choose, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So what would you advise people in terms of how do they know that the opportunity is something relevant, connecting, aligning, aligning to my purpose? Is this really what I want?
I think to a very huge extent, for me at least, like I am going with my intuitive feeling. So if I like, okay, so there is always this joke going on for me lah. So it's like I will always say that if I know something is wrong, I will smell it. So like I would smell beep bullshit.
Okay, so
when people talk to me, so there's an internal sense. So
okay.
Similarly, when I'm being offered up solutions or offers, I would always first say that let myself calm down first, and let myself in a situation in which is it something in which my gut feel tells me that it's right, go, or it says not. So often at times, like I will just go if the opportunity is right. So that's for me at least.
Wow, there's a strong sense of things, how it's actually being, I would say, received by you, right? Can I share with you a little bit one or two tips here? Sure. I actually uses like noticing the senses, right? So it's all about also self-check-in as well, right? Because someone may have said something, and then you go like, you use the word smell. I can smell the ew or not, right?
Yeah.
In fact, that is actually a lot more than that for me. There's a visual check, right? Whether the person is actually doing some small little unconscious, activity on their face or on their hand or on their body. Like it's uncomfortable. You don't feel that the person is at ease, right? And then therefore I would be curious what's happening there if the person is feeling not easy, right? And uncomfortable even, and making some gesture that doesn't look flowing, right? So I will check it, to ask what's happening that you doesn't seem convinced, or maybe you doesn't seem certain, or it seems like you have question, right? Would you like to ask that one question? So I will prompt the person, so that I can be the one that answer all the questions that the person may have. So that's a step one, right? To notice whether the person is actually feeling unease. Yeah. So that is actually a step before you smell that thing. And that feeling that you got back in a sensational way, it's like a confirmation that something is not right.
Correct.
Right? And then the next step that I would do normally is to check it. Is it me or is it him? Is that a question that I can ask to clear the doubt, right? Because no matter how much you want to sweep it under the carpet, people can smell it.
Similar like
and it's just an indicator saying that not congruent, right? And not aligning, and that's when that's when authenticity actually kind of like lose out in that case, right? And if the questions step two, if a question is asked, and that depends on the person's willingness to answer, right? So then there's a continuous flow of conversations, and put in a certainty in terms of whether do we want to be in this leadership relationship at the end of the day, right? So that is something that I would do it a little bit differently. Yeah, does it make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. So I also have a question to you right now. So previously, I think we mentioned it via WhatsApp. It was like saying that how do you be non-pushy? Non-pushy, pushy.
Right. Okay. Let me put it in a context for the audience here. Yeah, Corin messaged me when I asked him about, hey, how is your prospecting for your candidate to join your team? And one of the message exchange, and he said, how to be not pushy, but I still want to push, that kind of context, right? In your mind, in your heart, it's like, I want this person, this is so great, so good, this is my opportunity. But I also don't want to be so scary until like, hey, come and join me here and there.
It's like pulling him, sign on the paper.
People in sales always have this dilemma, right? Whether is it your team member, your customer, people that you want to collaborate with, all right? So there's always a sense of like, I scared the people away.
Yes.
How not
Very
to
often.
talk so that the people actually doesn't get away by me. Let me ask you this, Corin. When you have that I scared you away feeling, and you needed to send a very urgent message out to this person, I want you to right now check in with yourself. What was that way of being that you brought in to send a message?
I think there will be like that sense of fear coming in. So it's like he smell fear, or you smell like the kanchongness. So that is where actually you lose it.
So right now the table is turning. Right? Earlier on we say that we smell fear, we smell uncertainty, we smell bullshit things, we smell incongruency from others.
Correct.
You see? And if you are injecting that smell into the message, the other side can smell you too.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yep.
Right?
Very.
How not to inject the fear, right? You may be asking the same question too. And how not to inject the fear? I mean, I still want these, connections to stay alive, so that either if it's customer, they'll buy from me. If it's a team member, they'll join me. Either they're collaborators, they'll do work with me, right? I will check in, right? If I want something from this person, how would I craft the message earlier? Actually, you had the answer earlier on. You said that, by the way, if you want,
So we have to beat around the bushes.
No, you don't beat around the bush, right? In this case, you go direct. Hey, give me a situation. Maybe, okay, I'm thinking something is pending, and you want the person to make a decision, right? I would say that, hey, we have spoke about this when, and we have spoke about this, what, and then I think it's fair for us to make a decision here right now, because it has been dragging for 3-4 months. But don't do it on the second appointment, yeah?
Of course.
Right? So it has been dragging for 3-4 months, and I've been waiting for you. I think to be fair for both parties, let's make a decision here right now. Ask politely, basically. And what say you? What is your decisions? Is it a yes or a no, right? And put up something that wrap around the context nicely, not to be seen as like putting a gunpoint at other people's face and hey, make a decision now. So you do not want to do that, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So it in a way that that actually you have to answer. I'm just using back your framework.
Just
being real.
Being direct real. And being real.
Yeah, being real. Right? Because that's the ultimate outcome and results that you want. Whether it's a yes or no, it's an outcome. When there's no outcome being confirmed, and it's like hanging in the air, so many things hanging in the air, and then it's like pulling you upwards. It's
getting too floaty already.
It's burden, and it's like a string that you want to cut but cannot cut.
True.
Right? So what is that status? It's not like you're cutting the relationship, but you're just cutting the deal that has nothing to do with the relationship. Right? I want to bring up something very interesting. Previously, Corin and I were in one business networking group, and I left the space, and a lot of people are messaging me. Hey, say, oh, I said to see you leave, that kind of thing. Corin was one of them, and I messaged you back. Do you remember that? I said that I leave the space, but I did not leave you.
Correct. You did.
Okay.
That's why we are here.
and a relationship built is a relationship built, regardless what. And I feel that people may not need to hang up too much when the deal fall through. That's it's just a piece of paper.
I think ultimately at the end of the day, need to dissociate.
Yeah, correct.
Because like we humans are emotional. Then
yes.
a deal is a deal is a deal.
Yes, a deal is a deal is a deal. A relationship is a relationship.
Yeah. True that.
Right, and I leave the deal doesn't mean that I leave you. Okay,
true. Unless you want to leave me.
maybe one day later we can bring back the deal. We don't know when.
True.
Okay, keep that deal open, but keep the relationship alive. Right, keep the deal close. Yeah, close, not open. It's close. Right, it's a yes or no. It's still a close, but the relationship is alive. It's alive because we have known each other for years, and it's alive. Like the candidate that you have built-in connections with, it's already there, right? You met him a couple of times, connected a couple of times, and technically I would say that you are friends. Right? You know each other. You kind of like you can be a friend because it's easy to call someone out for a meal versus a strangers. True or not?
True
Right?
True that.
Does that answer? It's a very long answer to that very one question.
Yeah. I mean, it gets my question answered.
So what did you learn?
Be authentic.
Be authentic.
Yep, the authenticity of things. So if in any instance is an opportunity being offered, there is I will put the expiry date to that offer as well. So at the end of the day, we also must make sure that the other party is ready. So if the other party is not ready, we can always close that offer first and maintain the relationship.
Yeah.
Thereafter, if in the event they feel that they are ready, the offer is always there.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. There's always offer. Deals is everywhere, right? We do not need to scared that if I close this deal, I'm never gonna get back.
True.
But keep the relationship alive.
True.
The person is alive is a dead piece of paper. Let it go. Really, let it go.
True.
Right? And wow, there's a lot of pointers here. Right? Do roll back if you miss out certain points, and if you feel like using the pen and paper to jot down something that's relevant for you in this conversation, do use that, because I hope that you can actually get some nuggets out from this particular episode here with Corin here. Yeah. Okay, Corin. So what's next after this for you?
For me, what's next is with the confidence built over for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It will be easier for me to actually bridge the topic. So like I was sharing with Charlene later that I will be meeting a friend whom she tried to introduce someone to me. So that is where actually we can reconnect potentially, and of course to ask her to keep a lookout for me as well.
The ball is rolling. It's snowballing and it's snowballing, getting bigger and bigger.
So it's like always to say, I think more of the fact that it's always to take imperfect actions, because once you want to have a perfect situation and a perfect action being taken, right, you will always be in a situation that you don't know where to move. You don't know whether or not you want to move or not, because
oh my God, yes.
Because you want to make sure that everything is 100% right marks, then I answer you 100%. In terms of 100% accuracy, you will never move.
Yeah, in life, all of us want to be perfect. But however, it is always all the imperfect action that make us move or leap the highest, right? And move the fastest. And that actually is a small momentum, right? Then so that the snowball getting bigger and bigger. If you don't start the small snowball, you cannot have the spark, big and fast snowball start to come in.
Correct. So this morning while I was commuting to this place at time, right? So I casually read something on social media. So they say that it costs you millions to make a mistake.
Oh yes.
But you will earn back billions after learning the lesson.
Wow, that is so. I mean, I feel astonished by what he just said. Rising with Charlene, it took me 30 years to in making. Seriously. and it's really took me 30 years in making, because speaking is always deep down and at the back of my head. It's just that I've never put it up into action, because there was a fear definitely happened 30 years ago. And And about 2 years back, something happened, and then it re-trigger back my love for speaking, sharing, and also connecting with people. And that's how I crafted this show, basically. And that line just remind me of like, oh my God, yeah, this show I used 30 years in making to make this work. And I mean, throughout so many episodes right now, some my guests actually come back and thank me, hey, because of your show I've done this because of this and that, and my friends saw me and they also want to do something, because this is something that is a ripple effect. I take action and then there will be ripple effect.
Of course.
Right? And welcome, I mean, I just want to thank you and welcome you being here, because your ripple effect will make more ripple effect for you who is watching this particular show here. And no matter where you are at your life, there will be always an opportunity. Don't be afraid to lose the deal, but keep the relationship alive. Always move towards the relationship, and that's when bigger millions, billions will come. Billions. Yeah. Help me to like and subscribe so that I can reach 1 billion user here. Right. And really, what's the better way to use such a platform to share this kind of intimate conversations where sometimes we don't often get it.
Yeah, but I think it's more of like the different life stories as well.
Yeah, correct. You may have your life story, I have my life story, and you may also have a life story. But regardless, the lesson learned is always worth to take a note and take a pause and also think, right? I actually want to acknowledge that you are willing to take a pause in terms of running for so many months of finding people, and take a pause and look at it and accept the challenge.
Of course.
And I'm seeing things rolling.
Yes. Snowballing.
And you know, that's how we did this, right? And I got a feeling that he's gonna become, what is that thing? What is that character called? The
Son Goku.
Son Goku, and then he did the 超级赛亚人 in Chinese.
Super Saiyan.
And then, you know, Corin is going to shine and...
Yes.
Yes. I'm looking forward for you to see good news coming up soon.
Of course.
Right. If you want to take this chance to share with the audience, what would be that one line, that ultimate line after these 2 weeks that you want the audience to know?
I think I shared it already.
You shared that already.
Yeah,
Let's
take
have this.
imperfect action.
Take imperfect action, because we are not going to be perfect.
Well, we try to be perfect, but we will never be that perfect. And you never know, because like taking that action which you deem as imperfect might be perfect for somebody.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, that's the great learning there. It may be perfect for something else. You just didn't know.
Or maybe that's that person who's just waiting for your action only. Just, hey, you come. There I come.
Nice. Nice. Wow. Thank you again for being here.
Welcome.
Right. And wish you all the best and good luck. And also, I want to receive more good news from you soon. Okay?
Sure. Okay, thank you.
Right, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay, let's have this bomb.
This bomb. You want or not?
Oh, this.
Okay.
Bye.